Colombia's Tatiana Calderon has been racing single-seaters and latterly Formula 3 and GP3 on an increasingly rising curve over the past couple of years. Qualifying well in GP3 is staggeringly difficult given the very short practice prior to the 30-minute session, as many a talented driver will testify. And there's no doubt that last year this was Tatiana's bugbear. In terms of race pace, however, she would appear to be right there. And with a Sauber development contract in her pocket, a damned GP3 drive on which to focus, and a very cool head on her shoulders, it's time to take Tatiana seriously, I think. I caught up with her recently as she prepared for this week's testing in Valencia. Tatiana, thanks for joining us. Just wanted to catch up with you because you're in the midst of your GP3 test program now. You've been to Estoril and Barcelona, and now you're in Valencia this week, right?
Yeah, it's going well. It's testing, of course, but I think from Estoril, which was the first test, to Barcelona, we improved a lot, and I think through Barcelona test as well. To compare both ways of working, I think it's completely different, Arden to dams. I was also quite surprised. They're very methodic and they have everything, planned at exactly what time you need to be at the track, with which setting. And I think throughout the 2 days or 4 days that we've done, I wanted a little bit more flexibility, and they have been open to changes. And I think also the philosophy of the car setup, it's also quite different, a lot more stability on entry, and which I quite like, but there are some rotation lacking in mid corner, so we still need to work on that, and that's like the main difference I've seen with the Arden car.
Well, that's actually quite interesting, because we had Rob Wilson on the show last week talking about Kimi and his need for more rotation. So how does that work in your case in the team? You've got two teammates. How do they feel about that? And is everybody on the same page, as it were?
Yes, they have been really open to help me get that rotation, because whenever we did a change and I got more rotation, the time was immediately quicker, and that short corners, that's what you need to go quick. And I think I have a different style to both of my teammates, so they probably need a little bit more stability than me, but I think the team has understand what I need and what we need to look out for to be quicker. And I think that was the most important thing for me in testing, that they understand that I need more front end, mid corner.
Just going back to Barcelona, two quick corners there, turn 3 and turn 9. How did the car feel around those very fast corners?
It was actually quite really stable. I really like the Dams car on the high speed. We still were lacking a little bit of front mid corner, but we have been testing aero as well to try and find a better compromise, and I think we are on the right track. And now we have Valencia turn 1 as well, which is quite quick, and the last sector there, what they call the chicane, to keep on developing that area.
Tatiana, very tough calendar in GP3 for you young drivers. Nothing happening until the Spanish Grand Prix, and then again a big break until the Austrian Grand Prix. You have one test in Hungary, I think, and then it all happens in a big rush after that. It's quite tough on everybody.
Yes, it starts really late. I mean, to wait so long for the first race is the first time I actually, like the years before, I did MRF or Toyota Racing Series, the Florida Winter Series as well. And this time we have just focused on GP3, also for the budget, but it's difficult also not to be in the car, also physically. These cars are quite demanding, and you need more laps. And with Pirelli also you're quite limited with the tires, so it's not an easy one. And I'll be doing a lot of simulator as well with Sauber, and hopefully get to see Rob more often in between races.
Well, let's talk about that Sauber deal. What does that entail, being a development driver there? And then what do you feel inside now about your potential and where this could take you?
Yes, at the moment, as a development driver, I will do a few of the races, the European races, with them to see how the F1 teams operate and to really work with the engineers a little bit closer. And I'll be doing a lot of simulator work with them to prepare for a potential test in the car. It's not fixed yet. There are options, but we need to wait and see how my season in GP3 develops and how they see my work in the sim. But hopefully, at the end of the year, I'll be able to test the car. That's the main goal for now. But also to learn from all the information they have, and for me to use it in GP3.
Where do you think you can go? And if you had a Formula One opportunity, how do you think you would go? I guess that's the big question that everybody would like to ask you.
I think, I've never felt like I couldn't be on top. And I have had data from Giovinazzi. I've been teammates with him. I've raced against Max Verstappen. And I think if I can put it all together, I can be up there. And for me, as you said, the main thing is gonna be qualifying, to put the lap together and to be up there for the start of the race, because I have really good race pace. I manage my tires also quite well, and for me it's all about qualifying. But I think I can compete against anyone, and I'll be happy to test the F1 car, also knowing that it has power steering and that sometimes I'm not as comfortable as I would like to be in the car, but it's because you can't do any of those changes in GP3, like with the steering, with the way the brakes, the brake bumps. So I think there's a lot of things that will make me more comfortable in an F1 car. So hopefully they'll be brave and give me an opportunity this year.